Well, hello there. Oh, microphone, I completely forgot. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to the Manchester United match reaction. Excuse me. What a win. What a bloody win. I'm having an absolute time of my life right now, guys, watching Manchester United play. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't yet. Manchester United have beaten Bournemouth in a 5-2 entertaining thriller. Really, really end-to-end stuff at times. But most of all, it was mostly Manchester United attacking a full front. At the front foot, whatever you want to call it. It was scintillating plays. Really was. Really good stuff. But obviously some mistakes that we are going to go over. So leave a like, comment your thoughts in the live chat right next to me here. I want to know your thoughts on the game. Who do you think was your man in the match? I'll be going through everything today. Really appreciate you guys watching. So let's start with the first few minutes. I kind of missed the first few minutes because my internet wasn't working as much as it could have been. But I got a few end-to-end feels by it. I think Bournemouth were trying to pressure us from the front. Bournemouth are always a good footballing side for the most part in the Premier League. Of course, this year they are struggling now. But yeah, I did respect them. They couldn't just sit back. Otherwise, they would have just inviting us to score the way we're playing right now. So yeah, to be fair, they were putting some pressure on us. Well, let's focus. They put some pressure on our defence because our defence has a few times where they switch off. But overall, I think the first 20 minutes, Man United was still getting into the game. We were still controlling the game, possession as expected. But that final ball wasn't the best. And of course, there's always a danger of the counter with Bournemouth with their pacey strikers and left wingers and all that good jazz. And eventually, as defenders slipped up, Maguire literally got mugged off. He got megged. He did get megged. He stepped in front. He opened his legs and put the ball through. That sounds wrong, but you know what I mean. Went through, but it was a tight angle still, and De Gea should have got that on his near post. But it was 1-0 Bournemouth, and it was against the run of play, but it was a mistake, and Bournemouth capitalised. But I didn't want to get too raged. Back of my head, I'm thinking, okay, this is a chance. Chelsea drop points against West Ham. Chelsea have opened the door. Is this going to be another time, another match where we see Chelsea open the door first for top four and we bottle it? Is this going to be one of those days again? But I just had it. It was in the back of my head. But usually, if this was the first half of the season, I would definitely be thinking that the whole time. I'd definitely be a bit more paranoid, a bit more negative while watching us play. But this first team, he stuck with the same first team that won the previous two games. And by the way they were playing in the previous two games, there's no reason why this attacking team, this attacking force, this creative prowess from back to front, there's no reason why they couldn't get back into this game. Because even, to be fair, Maguire and Lindelof can carry the ball out the back. Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw were actually getting very further much forward. They were basically playing a very high line, which sometimes got manipulated by Bournemouth, or what's it called? Got used for Bournemouth's advantage when trying to attack us. Thank you for the like. I really appreciate it. Leave your comments down below as well. Share this video with your mates. What was I saying? So yeah, Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka playing a very high line, but there was no reason why we couldn't get back in this game. And I didn't want to get negative. And I have the faith in this first 11, who are as good as any. Who are, yes, Zayn, let's go. Yes, let's go, man. Let's go, champ, man. I'm so happy, man. I'm so happy that I'm doing these live reactions, but I'm even more happy watching us play. And we went 1-0 down, but I didn't want to get too negative because I knew this first 11 is at least top 4 quality. It is. Who knows where we'd be in the league if it started off in September, but I digress. We got the equaliser soon enough from Greenwood's excellent finish. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Bruno with the pass. Another assist for him. Bruno's getting all the assists he wants to get. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Leave your thoughts on the live chat as well. Who do you think was your man in the match? So yeah, Bruno passes it to Greenwood, but it's all Greenwood with that equaliser. And it was an all-important equaliser before the first half ended. But even then, we got even more goals before the first half ended. If this was Mourinho, if this was Van Gaal, if this was Moyes, it would have been the same story. And you guys know it. Of course, you could say the first 11's massively better than what Mourinho had and Van Gaal had. But is it though? Mourinho had a pretty good squad, but obviously we all know Mourinho is. We all know how Mourinho is. I always start mentioning Mourinho. I like him as a guy. 2 assists, 1 goal for Bruno, of course. but we play the attacking way. That is the United way. And Greenwood was a sensational, that first equaliser, an all-important equaliser. Of course, Ramsdale could have saved it, but I have too much power for both goals that Greenwood scored, actually. But yeah, the first one in particular, just took it upon the ground, played it simple, didn't try dribbling it in like he did before last game. He saw the opportunity already and got the shot off straight away. That shows football intelligence from Greenwood at such a young age. Wow, he is a generational talent. He's looking like a very good talent. So you got the equaliser. So I was like, okay, 1-1 for half time. Calm, we can move on after that. But no, our first 11 said, "You think you've seen us before? No, you think you've seen the best of us in this first half? No, you haven't." And they step up. My PS4 just turned on by itself. That's a bit weird. But it's just even the PS4 is getting gassed of how good the squad is. So yeah, and then who scored the second goal? I don't even remember who scored. You know, I'm actually really bad. I'm sorry, guys. Who scored the second goal? Was it Bruno? It must be Bruno. So many goals. I can't even remember. No, Green score? It's Rashford's penalty. We got a penalty. Penalty merchant Rashford. Penalty merchants Manchester United. Who gives a toss? We earn those penalties by good attacking play. Some of the best play we've been playing since Sir Alex Ferguson left. We get the penalty. Rashford takes it. I'm a bit surprised because Bruno is your usual penalty taker. But with hindsight, I see why. It's a very unselfish thing for Bruno to allow Rashford to get the penalty because he needs a goal. Rashford needed a goal. And he was playing decent, to be fair. He's been playing decent. He hasn't been playing as bad as some people on Twitter would be saying, reactionary. So he needed that goal still. And it was a calm, cool, collected penalty on the bottom right corner. Ramsdale went the right way, but it didn't matter. We got the 2-1. We went in front. Fantastic stuff. And yeah, and just when you think he couldn't get any better, Martial from the left wing position, Rashford playing as a striker, showing the versatility of our play, versatility of our forwards. Greenwood can score from the left wing. Greenwood can score from the right wing. Martial can score with the left wing striker. Rashford can score from striker. You know what I mean? It's just always mixing it up to lead the defenders not knowing what to happen. And then they drop back, allow Martial to do the classic cutting inside from the left wing, and he finesses it. Martin Tyler, you can hear him saying, "Oh, yes!" And it hits off the bar at the top right into the goal. Finesse merchant. R10. R1 circle, I meant. Sorry. So yeah, FIFA. Finesse, proper finesse shot. What a goal by Anthony Martial. He works hard for the team, allowing the wingers such as Rashford and Greenwood to get in the space in behind while Martial just occupies the defenders while the other attackers get the chances. But this time he made his own chance. The strikers do that, like Firmino or even Harry Kane sometimes. They have to hold up the play and not actually get the chances, allowing the wingers to get the chances. As what happens in modern football. That's what happens in modern football nowadays, you know what I mean? But Martial has that extra little bit of sauce. He has a lot of sauce. We all know what he's got capable of. And Rashford allows him. Rashford takes that striker role and gives Martial the time and space to do his classic left wing finesse shot. And he goes in. 20 goals for both Rashford and Martial in this season. And it's deserved as well. Fantastic performances from both of them today. But of course, Martial's been playing a lot more better than Rashford so far. And Martial is the better player in terms of its pure talent. You know me, I'm part of Martial FC. I love everyone in the club. Martial is my favourite player at Manchester United. And I'm so glad he's getting the recognition he deserves. I'm so glad he's getting the time and patience from Solskjaer that he didn't get from other managers to actually play well and perform for the team. Because he's not a selfish player. He's not lazy. He's Anthony Martial, and he's going to score you goals when you give him time and space to flourish, and he is flourishing more than he's ever had in a Manchester United shirt. What a finish by him. Goal of season contender, maybe. Who would have thought? Because obviously the other goals, Ramsdale could have got more of a touch on it, whereas this one, no chance. No bloody chance. 3-1, going into halftime. That gives us the breathing space that we need. But even then, for the second half, I still think it's always 2 goal breathing cushions, all right, but still, it's only a cushion. It's only a small break. And if the second half comes around and they Bournemouth get an early goal, I was literally thinking, I'm not just saying this because this happened. I always say this. If Bournemouth get an early goal from the second half, they have belief in themselves. And that's exactly what Bournemouth did. We allowed them to come onto us with such a shambolic defensive show at the start of the second half. I can almost excuse it because obviously Lindelof had to come off for a knock with Bailly coming in. But Bailly should be doing a lot better than that. Was it a handball? It went off his shoulder, I think. VAR just ruins it, man. VAR is a bit shit, isn't it? That could be another video. But we'll talk more about that later. To be fair, we kind of deserved to concede a penalty because we were just playing really badly. We were just allowing them to come onto us. They hit the bar again. It could have been another De Gea. It was almost the exact same goal that De Gea let in before. Not just De Gea, actually. Maguire let in as well. It was nearly a repeat of that, but instead with Bailly and De Gea. But luckily, De Gea actually covered the near post this time. And I hit the bar instead. But then Bailly's... and then VAR is like, it's handball. I'm like, I don't remember handball. And then apparently Bailly uses shoulder and apparently has handball, apparently. But do you know what? Enough saltiness there. We won the game anyway. And it was a good penalty from Josh King. Leave your comments below as well. Do you think that was a handball, guys? Because I don't think it was, but obviously I might be biased. But we saw the slow motion footage. They show us the pictures, and it doesn't even hit his shoulder. Even the referee expert who was commentating over the game said that usually we wouldn't give that. So it doesn't matter. Bournemouth, they were pressing high up the pitch, and that's what happened. You create your own luck, and they were coming on to us as we should have expected them to do. So the defense was very worrisome there again. So there's some hiccups there. So it's 3-2. But the thing is, this was a classic game of attacks. The attack beats the defense. It's that classic thing, like Pep Guardiola's first struggling season with Man City, Jurgen Klopp's first couple of struggling seasons with Liverpool. I say struggling, obviously, top four still. But it's because the attacking, to get the wins, their defense isn't good enough. They know the defense is good enough, but we know we have the attack to make up for it. I'm not saying our defense is terrible. I'm saying our attack is much better than our defense. We all know this. And now we have the creativity and drive from our forward five to actually just make up for the mistakes now, instead of before when we could barely have made up for the mistakes. If Bournemouth scored that early goal with Mourinho or Van Gaal or Moyes, then it's still going to remain 1-0 till half-time, and then we're going to struggle for 1-1 by the end of the game. That's literally what happens a lot. It happened a lot. Too many times during this banter era. But hopefully it's easing into an end. Because it's a change in play. It's a change in mentality. Okay, they concede. We concede. Hiccup. Mistake. It was only a mistake. We allowed them to score. Now we're going to allow ourselves to score more. This is it. This is the way to play. This is the United way. If we concede 2, we score 5. If we concede 4, we'll score 5. If we concede 6, we'll score 8. Or probably not, but you know what I mean. You catch my drift. Realistically. And that's precisely what Greenwood did. He stepped up and he got the absolute lethal finish in the top left corner. The change of pace to go round the defender inside the box from not the easiest of angles. Top left. Ramsdale gets a hand of it, but again, too much power. And Greenwood's just looking his confidence. We're starting him after this lockdown. Certainly give him a burst of even more energy. Just the confidence to shoot a long range like that. But he doesn't look phased by the job. He looks like this is just normal job for him. This is it. Like, he doesn't even seem gassed. He just seems like, oh, I've done my job. This is what I should be doing. Almost like that Roy Keane thing. I post the letterbox. That's what I do. I score goals. I do assists. Roy Keane. It doesn't matter. This is what I should be doing. I don't know. I shouldn't be getting applauded for this. I'm waffling now. It's just Greenwood. It just makes it look easy. It doesn't look like he's trying. He just looks like, this is it. This is what I am. Him and Phil Foden could be a very good team for England in the future. I think Greenwood's going to get there faster than Foden or other youngsters, because Greenwood is looking like a great English talent, but he's part of our club. And that doesn't mean Sancho shouldn't sign for us. Ed Woodward needs to fix up. He has fixed up a bit. And not just him, the negotiators, the transfer negotiators as well, because they're slow sometimes. Just because Greenwood's playing well doesn't mean we shouldn't continue to nurture him and get Sancho in, who's heavily linked to us, and people saying he's already agreed terms with us. Doesn't mean we should allow him because, it'll save money and we would have got Greenwood. No, it's all about building a squad. It's all about building a big squad. Because what if some players get injured, like Lindelof did, and Bailly comes in and there's a bit of higgledy-piggledy at the back, or not just the back of the midfield? What if Bruno gets injured? Or what if Greenwood is a young man? He goes through a bad patch, or he gets injured himself. Of course, also there's that danger. If you play Greenwood all the time, by the time he's 24, there's going to be a danger that he gets injured and or he doesn't play as well, he's done by the age of 25. Much like how Rooney did, but Rooney lasted a bit more longer. Of course, he lasted a lot longer. Class remains permanent. You know what I mean? So you still need someone to show Greenwood the ways of the Force. We still can't always rely on Greenwood for those goals because he's still a young man. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. We need to build for the future. You got the club of statement have said it themselves. Ed Woodward said themselves, we're building a squad for the future. So do it. Get Sancho, the right winger. Okay, and maybe it'll be hard for him to actually start in these games. But I guarantee if Sancho comes in, he'll play. He'll adjust quickly rather than slowly because he's got someone like Greenwood breathing down his neck. And then we get the best from everyone. Do you understand what I'm trying to say, lads? We need to get Sancho in. Hopefully Ed Woodward isn't stupid enough, or the Glazers will be like, oh, we'll save money then. Like they would have done before, maybe. And Solskjaer's giving them hints to not do that. So it's not due to Solskjaer now. It's due to upstairs to continue this, to ensure that this great tactical play and great team making from both the players and Solskjaer, it's up to the board and the owners to ensure that it carries on, or give them the best tools to make sure it carries on using their money that we know they have. I know coronavirus sorts things out a bit, but Sancho wants to come to United, and Grealish as well. Get him to come in as a cover for Bruno. But Bruno's playing really well as well. Who scored after Greenwood? Was it Bruno? Was it the free kick? So many goals. 3-2. Yeah, it's 4-2 after the Greenwood goal, and then Bruno Fernandes scored that free kick, didn't he? VAR nearly ruled it out. I swear to God, like it's like VAR trying to ruin the enjoyment. Just keep that goal, man. Matic just not doing anything, interfering with play, or he's covering the ball. He's offside position. Just piss off, mate. VAR. It does more harm than good. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest. It ruins the enjoyment sometimes as well. Okay, fine. People say, but as long as it gets to the right decision. But some things are just like you're ruining the enjoyment. I'm celebrating against Fernandes, but then I'm like, calm down. It's like that meme, Southampton manager, Hassan Hootel. Relax. I'm celebrating. Relax. You know what I mean? It's one of those. But to be fair, luckily I was celebrating a lot by Fernandes' free kick. That was such a good free kick. Top left corner. From the edge of the box as well. I swear it's like right on the edge of the box. It was a pretty difficult skill, but we know Fernandes, he's the talisman, really. He's brilliant, man. 10 out of 10 performance again. And people are comparing him to Cantona. Okay, whether it's true or not, the fact that Man United supporters are comparing him to Cantona, that's when you know you're doing something right. Bloody hell. And also not just the way he played, not just because he's a good player and plays at a cam centre forward position or attacking position. It's also because he's just as Cantona came in and almost revitalised the Man United team. Bruno is almost the instigator for that. But everyone else is playing. The good thing is, it's not just him playing good. We're not just relying on him like we used to rely on Pogba. All the eyes on everyone because everyone's playing well. And that's a sign of a fantastic team, not just a team getting carried by a couple of players. Like we used to be. It's good to have Pogba and Bruno just standing there. Like you have different options. Pogba can do one as well. Pogba nearly scored a free kick himself. Ramsdale got a good save. To be fair, it was curling closer to Ramsdale anyway. But Pogba's really relishing he's such a good deep line playmaker because he can give us that long ball option that I think I talked about this a couple of episodes ago. Did Pogba get an assist or a goal? Even if Pogba didn't, he played well again. That midfield force is brilliant. Matic is such a great influence on the squad. He made a couple of hiccups, and I think he might have. I didn't quite see it because again, my internet was a bit shoddy at the start of the second half. But I think Matic actually gave away the ball that actually started the Bournemouth attack at the start of the second half. I'm not sure about that. I think he did. He made a few mistakes, 1 or 2 mistakes, but apart from that, I think apart from a few misplaced passes, I'm now more than ever. After all the praise I've been seeing on Matic, seeing it for my like I'm actually noticing it, how calming he is. He's always in the right place, the right side, always making the right passes, forward passing, even getting a bit further on the same level as Bruno on the pitch, just to make sure the play keeps on carrying on. He's not just for defending and cover. He's also good at starting and instigating the attacks. Really good stuff from him, as usual so far. I'm just out of breath. I've been drinking a lot of water. It's because I'm out of breath for how good this game was. for us. How scintillating these players were. Lindelof, you could argue, played better than Maguire. He did. I think he did. Hopefully his injury isn't too bad. He got a knock. Made sense why Bailly came in. Bailly, he started off pretty weirdly. Bailly always gets a bit erratic in his defending. That's really his only main weakness, isn't it? But he didn't really have much to do after that, so we can't really judge him. And yeah, it's good to know that we have at least all right centre back. It's good to know that at least we have decent backup for the centre back position. Even though I don't know where Tuanzebe is, so maybe Bailly isn't. Maybe our defensive backup isn't as strong as it could be. But again, the attack makes up for it, and we're versing teams that have to be clinical and have to get lucky because we're not versing the best teams. We're versing relegation to fighting teams, which can cause us problems like they did today. Probably more problems than even some teams like Tottenham or even Sheffield. So you can't underestimate these teams, but at the same time, our attack can always be, even if Lindelof gets injured and we put Bailly in, our attack is sorted, mate. Our attack is sorted right now. Do you understand? But obviously, it's good to have backup as well, just in case the attacking lineup gets injured as well. Like I keep on saying, I keep on reiterating it, hoping from someone from Man United is still listening to me or is listening to me whatsoever. So yeah, it's just really the confidence is growing, the confidence is seeping through the team. So it really just helped us. The run of form we're on, the quality of players we have, a manager who's really setting the team out to do what needs to be done, and not making unnecessary changes. Apparently, there's a rumor that Bruno was injured before this game. Do not believe a word the Mirror says. They're chatting bollocks. And even if they thought that was true, mind games, just as usual from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, similar to Sir Alex. You like to think so. Maybe Solskjaer just slipped them a little letter saying, source from Man United insider, Pogba and Bruno hurt each other in training. Bloody hell, imagine. It could still happen, but obviously we've got a few games left. We're now 4th place in the league. Leicester got a good win against Crystal Palace. They needed that win. Otherwise, we would have been on their tail. But we're also we're above Chelsea, but Chelsea have a game in hand, to be fair. So, but we can't just keep on. Obviously, me as a fan, I'm gonna have an eye on some of these other games to make sure we just pray that we do anything. But again, we can't do anything. The players can't do anything about other results. We just have to make sure we keep on winning, and that gives us the best possible chance of getting top 4. It doesn't matter what anyone else does. If we keep on winning, we have a good chance. It's just true, isn't it? But obviously, by winning today, by continuing that winning streak, we're putting the pressure on Chelsea to perform. We're still putting pressure on Leicester, even though they're still 3 points above us, because Leicester still got a few good games left for them as well. So we're still putting the pressure, and now we're actually 4th. We actually says we're 4th. I know they got a game in hand, but it's good confidence boost to see that our players, the performances our players are giving. It's good to see that their high level performances, it's being shown to be worth it. The rewards are coming. You can see the rewards now. It's not pointless that we're playing like this. It's like, oh, it's not too late. It's not like Arsenal where, oh, it's too late that we're playing good now. You know what I mean? Or if they are playing good. Always have to mention Arsenal somehow. I don't know why. But you know what I mean? It's good to see that our performances are actually causing some kind of effect on the league and our rewards are being felt. But obviously, to keep these rewards high and to make sure the end of the season everyone goes around happy, we have to continue winning. And there's no reason why we can't. But but it's going to be hard. Every game we have to take it seriously. A few defensive hiccups that could have. Is there any news on Maguire? Lindelof. Let me search actually. Because Lindelof's been a great centre back for us. Yeah, there is an injury concern, but hopefully Bailly, with the half an hour, got into the game a bit more and actually got settled in, and hopefully gets settled in. Assuming that Bailly has to replace Lindelof, we'll see. What happened to Axel Tuanzebe? He's got injured or something. Huh? God, there's something going on there that nobody's telling us. I'm assuming he's got injured, which is a shame. It would be nice to see Tuanzebe again, especially after these early season performances. But we are a different team since that first half of the season. We have transformed ourselves into the Man United we should be. And long may it continue, eh? Long may it continue. I was burping there. So yeah, obviously Wolverhampton have still got a game in hand there versus Arsenal though, so we'll see what happens there. But we just have to continue winning. Our next game's on Thursday against Aston Villa away from home. Aston Villa will be looking to get some points from us course, Aston Villa. That comes from the city I'm from, Birmingham. And I respect Aston Villa a lot. They got Grealish as well. So maybe if we beat them, gives a sign to Grealish that he should come to Man United where things are going well right now. But yeah, it's more about the result, isn't it? It's always about the result. Martial deserved that goal for the hard work he put in, allowing other players to score. But he got his goal because he's got the source. But he also deserves it, showing because obviously some people just look at the stats and be like, if a striker doesn't get any goals or assists this game, they've been dreadful. But that's not how it works most of the time. If you have to actually watch the game, guys. You know what I mean? See what they do off the ball as well as on the ball. But yeah, every game is going to be. You can't take any game lightly. Like I said, a defensive mishap and Bournemouth get 1-0. What if Bournemouth get another lucky goal and we lose 2-0? Then we're in trouble then. It could happen. We just have to keep the concentration levels up. De Gea needs to fix up a bit more, but he made a good save after. But I'm just seeing these runner games as a test for De Gea. If he doesn't perform, if he continues to be up and down, then I would seriously consider bringing Henderson in, or at least bringing Henderson in to test out De Gea. What a game, Jared. Yes, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't yet. I'm about to end the stream, but thank you for arriving. I want to know your thoughts, actually, if you want to keep the stream going, because I've said all I have. You can rewatch this whole stream and hear my thoughts if you haven't yet. I really appreciate it if you did. Thank you for the like, man. I appreciate it. Well, who do you think was your man of the match? Who was my man of the match? It has to be Mason Greenwood. But there's so many different options, you know what I mean? Because Martial, you could say he deserves it for his hard work, but also always sick goal. When there's loads of man of the match options, that's when you know you're playing good. Really good stuff. So yeah, Greenwood's got to be mine. Yeah, I agree, Jared. Greenwood has to be the main man for that. Just such a young man, but he's just taking it in his stride. Really good, man. So yeah, I'm going to end the stream there. Unless you got any questions for me, guys. Any thoughts you want me to say? Not just about football, about other teams, about other stuff. Exactly, it is refreshing, but it shows how well our team is playing. Of course, there is some defensive mishaps, and it's noticeable today. This game might be more important than the 3-0 win or against Brighton Sheffield, because we can see the mistakes we made, but we can see how we've overcame them with the attack, while also seeing the mistakes at the same time so we can improve on them later. So this match could prove very useful in terms of the tactical, trying to improve ourselves in the future, more than just a 3-0 win, because we need to see stuff to improve, because there's still room for improvement. That's the important thing from today we can take. Jared says, you think Arsenal are going to win today? I don't know, mate. It could go either way. We'll see. Arsenal needed that win against Norwich, so they got the win against Norwich, so maybe they'll carry that over into the next game. But who knows? I think it's going to be a very even game, but Wolves are going to want to win it. They're at home, so Molineux is a hard place to go to, so Wolves will definitely be up for it. It's whether Arsenal will be up for it. If Arsenal are up for it, then it could be a tight game. We'll see. I'm just worrying about Man United right now. Obviously, we'll be looking at the team. It's a very, very tight race for top four, so it's going to be very exciting. But with the way we're playing right now, it's hard to see why we can't get top four. But we'll see. Take it game by game. I always say this. That's how I see it, because I'm a paranoid guy. Don't want to jinx it all the time. But yeah, fantastic stuff. If that was another manager, it's like I digress. We have progressed this season, as Solskjaer keeps on saying in the press conferences. We actually are seeing the improvement. Because if that was another manager that we've had for Man United, it would most likely be a draw. But or if this was even 6 months ago at the start of the season, we would have bottled it if Chelsea gives us the open door to get through to top four. Even before lockdown, we were on the unbeaten run, but we weren't winning loads of games. We were drawing the games that maybe we could have capitalized from Chelsea losing. But now we've actually capitalized for once. And that shows an improvement in itself. So yeah, I'm going to end the stream there. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Rewatch the stream if you missed my thoughts. Perfect tactical analysis as usual. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate your support and comments. And yeah, career mode safe, man. Career mode episode coming up tomorrow, hopefully, around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Don't you worry about that. The transfer window's open. So I've got £1 million. So what can I spend with that? Pre-contract agreements. I've only got 2 scouted right now. But yeah, enough about that. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Last of Us DLC coming soon, Wednesday. If you just missed the finale to Last of Us, watch that. It's very shocking. I'm basically on the verge of tears. I'm not, but you know, it's very emotional. So if you want to check out that gaming stream as well, I'd leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'd massively appreciate it. And yeah, guys, I'll see you guys next time for the next game of Man United stream as well. So what time is that actually? What time is that Aston Villa game? 8:15 on a Thursday. So I'll probably be online 10:30 on the Thursday, this Thursday, 9th of July. So don't you dare miss that as well. See you guys next time. Goodbye.